This is the Rangers POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Texas Rangers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, another big weekend series for the Rangers, and unfortunately, another big loss. Not a lot of fight tonight against the Phillies, who won by the final of 9-1. 9-1, the final. The Rangers have not had a blowout loss like this. What is that? Rangers have not had a blowout loss like this since early May, and they go down tonight by the final of 9-1. Also, by the way, this is the third two-game losing streak, back-to-back games for the Rangers in their last 11. So not a good start for the month of August, and not a good performance tonight for the Rangers. They go down 9-1, and here we go. Welcome into the Rangers POSTCAST, your team every day, and in our case, your team every single game. My name is Jeff Biggs, longtime host and reporter. Thank you for watching Locked On Sports Rangers, your destination after every single game. You can also find us on the Locked On Rangers podcast feed. That is where you'll find the great work of Bryce Patrick each and every day. Tough one, though, tonight. Like I said, not a lot of fight, and Rangers better get this little funk out of the way here quickly, and they better find a way to get back on track, or they're going to find all this work that they've done slip through. And this is not the time to go in a prolonged funk like this, number one. And number two, I thought we turned the corner with the offense, but man, it just all comes back to this offense just not being able to produce on a consistent basis. I mean, hey, look, when a pitcher pitches well and they have a good game, you know, you gotta give it up, you gotta tip their cap. But I mean, we're getting back to that same pattern of early in the season where the Rangers were making everybody look like a Cy Young candidate. I mean, this is just, you know, at home, and you just got a whole bunch of guys again that are just in these just horrific, prolonged slumps. I mean, when is Wyatt going to get going? When is it's just brutal, just tough to see. So anyway, let's get to it. I know a lot of you want to jump in, want to hear from you via the comment crew. Boy, it's amazing, man. When the Rangers were rolling, man, we just had tons of people watching live and tons of views. And now, when they're losing, completely different story. I mean, it's gotten so bad. You can go back. I'm actually getting critical comments from Michael Myers after the show's over. I mean, that's how bad things are right now for the Rangers. All right, let's get to it.
This is what you'll be talking about.
Well, Friday night of the Globe, and I was really looking forward to this weekend series. I thought, okay, after kind of a tough loss against the Yankees, I was really excited to see the Rangers come back refreshed after a day off, ready to get after it against the Phillies. But like I said, not a lot of fight tonight against the Phillies. I was also excited to see Merrill Kelly make his home debut for the Rangers tonight. Thought we were going to have a pitching duel, but it did not look that way early. Both teams exchanging runs in the first inning. Good to see Josh Young back at third base. Nice to see him come through with the 2-out RBI single in the bottom of the first. Who knew that would be the Rangers' only run of the game? Merrill Kelly did settle down for a little bit, but no doubt about it. He was off tonight, just off. No other way to say it. His pitches were nowhere close to what we saw last weekend. No real movement, no change of speeds or location. Everything was pretty much up and flat. And then that got us to the top of the fourth inning.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
It was still tied 1-1 at that point. Brandon Marsh, though, led off with a home run to put the Phillies back up 2-1, another home run to right. And then after back-to-back one-out walks to Kemp and Stott, Trey Turner, remember him? Trey Turner ripped the 2-run double to left to make it 4-1, and that was the ball game. The Rangers did have the bases loaded with 2 out in the bottom of the 5th, but Wyatt flied out to left. Jake Berger, welcome back. Jake Berger, he smacked a 2-out double in the bottom of the 6th, but then Higgy flew out to end the inning. And then, as I said, the Phillies blew it open with 5 more runs in the top of the 9th. The first runs given up by animated reliever Luis Crivello. 9 walks tonight for the Phillies in a 9-1 win. And so, as I said, not only have the Rangers now lost back-to-back games, since that big 8-1 homestand coming out of the break, the Rangers have now gone 4-7. And so that is not going to get it done, my friends. That will not do it. They have got to pick it up here, and another big start tomorrow for Jacob deGrom. I don't want to pick on him. I don't want to pick on Luis Garcia. As I said, the offense has got to pick it up, but I think that blown save in Seattle and then Jacob deGrom giving up the 3 home runs in his start there, those are 2 huge losses, and they really killed a lot of momentum that this team had built up. So they got to get it back. That's simple. But right now, they're playing some good teams. So must win tomorrow, and we'll take it from there. All right, quick timeout. When we come back, we're going to hear from you via the Rangers comment crew. Rangers get blown out tonight by the Phillies 9-1. This is the Rangers POSTCAST. All right, well, have you ever decided at the last minute you want to head to a ball game with friends or family? Maybe it's game day and you suddenly realize you want to go and be in the stands. That is exactly where Game Time comes in. It's the easiest way to grab last-minute tickets without the stress. With the money you save on your tickets, you can splurge on food, drinks, merch, or even invite a bigger group to come with you. Game Time makes that possible. Game Time makes buying tickets fast and simple. Prices on the app actually drop the closer you get the first pitch, and they've got incredible last-minute deals with clear seat views and a lowest price guarantee that takes the worry out of buying. And again, I love it because with the seat views right on the app before you buy, you know exactly where you're going to be. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. And this episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, the daily fantasy platform that lets you turn your football predictions into real rewards. Preseason is already heating up, and college football is not far behind. It's the perfect time to lock in your season-long, more or less, picks for the 2025 football season, all before Week 1 kicks off. Now, whether you've got your eye on a big name quarterback or breakout running backs, Prize Picks makes it easy to get in the game. And the other thing cool is the flex play option is a total game changer. And when one of your picks misses, you still double your money. So download the Prize Picks app today and use code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 off in lineups, $50 in lineups after your first $5 play. Prize Picks, run your game. Okay, welcome back to the Rangers postcast. Very tough night for the Rangers. They lose to the Phillies by the final of 9-1. Want to let you know really quickly, I have a show announcement I'm going to tell you about before we end. But nice to see Ezekiel Duran get a couple of hits tonight, including the bunt single in the 7th. Duran very quietly now has 8 hits in his last 10 at bats, 8 of 10. That's really good. As I said, Jacob deGrom going tomorrow against another lefty, Jesus Luzardo. The Rangers are now 10-20 against left-handed starters this season. And Round Rock is in Albuquerque this weekend. Last night was a big night for Jake Berger. That's why he came back. But Kumar Rocker in that game last night gave up 5 runs on 9 hits. So he is struggling right now. These guys are throwing a lot of innings for the first time in a while. And Craig Kimbrell got in there again. He worked an inning, gave up a run, but he struck out 3. All right, here we go. Want to say hello. First things first, the championship games getting in first, posting this in the 7th with the Rangers down 4-1. Phillies are good, so it's not the end of the world, but this team is so inconsistent. I hate to say it, but if they don't look like a playoff team. No, I'll tell you what, TCG, when they play like they did tonight, they don't. When they're rolling and scrapping and putting pressure on every inning and scoring a bunch of runs, they do. I mean, the good news is it's the beginning of August. There's time, all the cliches, but they got to get going here. They I mean, now you drop this one, got to win the next 2 and keep winning games and keep winning series. They just got to keep doing it. I just look at that lineup, though, and it just stunning to me that they can only score 1 run on their home field. I don't know what else to say anymore. Silent Doom says, we aren't seeing the postseason this year. Offense is inconsistent, and we can't keep relying on the pitching to bail us out. Fair point. At least football starts at the end of the month. Hook 'em horns and go Texans. Alf, good evening, Alf. Hope you and Shirley are doing well. Hope your tooth is doing better, buddy. I've been praying for you, sincerely. In Jesus' name, by his stripes we're healed. Hope you're doing okay. Alf says, running out of positive things to say. Win or lose, high or dry Ranger fan until I die. Peagle up. Yeah, well said. Thank you for the kind words. Also, Alf. Soldier X says, doesn't matter how great your pitching is when you can't score. I can't believe we got tricked into thinking the offense was back because they had a couple of good weeks. Boy, it's funny you say that, Soldier X. I don't know if you saw Chris Young during the pregame talking on the pregame show with Elvis and the host that they had, Emmerich, but it was weird. Like, he made a comment that it was kind of backhanded. He said, and then, we took 2 out of 3. Or basically he said, we got a Houston team we got a Houston team that was cold or at the right time. So basically, he was saying that they were fortunate that they played the Astros when they were kind of down and they won. And he said, and so they sent us the message that we're, to win, which was all true. But I just thought it was kind of like I said, kind of a backhanded, yeah, we beat the Astros, but they're better than that. And we're struggling again. So anyway, got to keep going here. Isaac jumps in. Isaac, this game was lame. This game was hard to watch. I started watching a show at the same time. Silent Doom says, it seems like we are always up against the other team's aces and studs. Isaac says, only bright spot from today's game was young RBI. Other than that, why the heck did they get blown out by the Phillies? So sad. Good news is the game doesn't mean anything as long as they win the next two. Yep. Mike says, I'm fully convinced this is not a playoff team, and as such, everything outside of Corey and this pitching staff, I think you answer calls on just about everyone. Just my opinion. Well, I'll tell you what, Mike, if they do not make the playoffs, I think we could see a lot of changes in the offseason for sure. Texas Hobbyman says, well, that wasn't fun. We've been playing well at home. Let's see if we can take the next two. I agree. Well said. Paul Wilson says, not looking good for the postseason. All season, it's been glimpses of glory only to settle back to offensive impotence. Al says, can we reset and get Lowe, Garver, and Tavares back? Yeah, well, we'll see what they do in the offseason. But let's hope that they can turn it around, though, here this season before we get too far ahead. Like I said, I know when they lose like they did tonight and they score only one run, it's ugly. There is no way to spin it or sugarcoat it. They look terrible. Period. Silent Doom says getting rid of Lowe hurt more than we think. Yeah, I think that's fair. Mark says the Rangers' offense is terrible. Clint says Yankees lost tonight. Mariners losing as well. That's good news there. Yeah, that is true. Let's see. How are the now the Mariners are now leading 3-2 in the ninth. So there you go. Yeah, see that's not good. And the Red Sox are blowing out the Padres. So this is got to get it going here. Like I said, those losses in Seattle last weekend were really, really bad. Mark says DeGrom better pitch like an ace tomorrow night. Yeah, for sure. No doubt. Yeah, there it is. Championship games talking about the Mariners. Cal Raleigh 3-run bomb. Yep. And championship game says it might finally be Seattle's year. Well, we'll see. Clearly, they're going to want to get some kind of home field that will help them immensely. But hey, when you see the way Eovaldi pitched the other night, gotta have hope that that this Rangers offense, the talent is there. You gotta hope that they can still turn it around and get better. They have to. We'll see. All right. Really quickly, I wanted to make an announcement. Hope you're still listening before we wrap up. So I've said this before. I also do the Locked On post shows for the Mavs, the Cowboys, and the Longhorns. So tomorrow night, we have our first full Cowboys post squad show after their preseason opener with the Rams. So here's what I'm going to do. We have to do that right after it's over, which I think is going to be around 9 o'clock, right? So I'm going to do that show, and I'm going to have this set up, right? No, Mark, no stars. Sorry. I wouldn't mind. I'll tell you my hockey stories another episode. But no. So I'm going to do the Cowboy Show, but I'm going to have this set up, right? And so even if you can't stay on live, go ahead and leave your comments right after the game if I'm not live for a while. And then when I eventually come on and do this show, I'll still have all your comments, and I can still mention them. You'll be able to see when I go live. I'm not sure when that's going to be. I'm hoping around 10 o'clock or sometime in the 10 o'clock hour. Don't expect you at all to wait or to stay up or to waste your time, but I just wanted to give you a heads up. I'm going to be on tomorrow. I'm just going to wait. Just going to wait and do it after that show. So, championship games. No, Bryce does his thing during the week. This post is different, and no, I want to do it. I want to do it. I'm going to have both games on. I just have to do the Cowboys first. So, anyway, thank you. And like I said, if you're around, thank you, TCG. If you're around and you can join me, great. If not, like I said, the comments will be open, and you can leave your thoughts, and I'll get to those. And then I'll be with you live right after the game on Sunday. But I'll be on tomorrow night, just not sure when. All right. Hey, love you guys. Thanks for getting in tonight. And I know what you're all saying, Keith, Mark. I know there's no excuse for this offense to continue to struggle the way they are. Just hope that they don't go into a prolonged funk and really put themselves in a hole. I mean, they've worked really hard. They played really well before the break and come out of the break. So many tough losses before that. Hopefully they'll get back on the right track and start winning again. All right, have a great rest of your night, a great day tomorrow. I'll talk to you late tomorrow night. Final score tonight, though, the Rangers get blown out by the Phillies by the final of 9-1. Thank you for being with us. This has been the Rangers Postcast.